Now, here in the UK, Apple has found itself the target of a $780 million lawsuit. That's pound lawsuit, I should say. It's about $1 billion. All of that being brought by the 1,500 app developers based in the UK in a row over Apple's App Store fees. Well, the company currently charges a commission of 15 to 30% to use its payment system. The lawsuit alleges that the charges are excessive. Well, let's speak now to Sophie Lunn-Yates, who's the lead equity analyst at Hargreaves Lansdown. Sophie, good to have you with us. And it's not the first time, is it, that this has been a bone of contention between those app developers and Apple's App Store?
Hi, good morning. It certainly isn't. This is not the first time that Apple has been in hot water in terms of rising tensions around, the power that it has. Let's face it, it is a monopoly. If you have an app, you want to be in the App Store, and they know that. And because of that, they have been able to introduce systems and charges that a lot of businesses are saying, actually, hang on a minute, this isn't quite fair. So you're certainly right, not the first time. And I'm afraid to say, may not be the last.
Yeah, and the common criticism is that Apple and its App Store has such monopoly power, doesn't it? It's how everyone will access the apps that they use on their smartphones. And some would say they have a point, taking such a big commission from those apps when they have very few alternatives. They can't really go elsewhere. It's not an open market, is it?
Sure, there are certainly not very many people in this game, unfortunately. And as you say, this word monopoly keeps going around. And I don't think that's necessarily an unfair way to phrase it. And also the reason they are able to charge what they charge, particularly in this instance, that 15 to 30% commission you were just referencing, is the fact that unfortunately the ecosystem that Apple has developed is an absolutely essential piece of infrastructure for apps and app developers. So you are right, there's kind of not too many avenues to go down if you want your app to be a success. So yeah, there are certainly some huge question marks being thrown up there around the fairness of it. And of course, the final side of that is actually what will become of the outcome. What will the outcome be? What will actually happen here? Because at the end of the day, Apple is so enormous, but there aren't actually alternatives. So, there's a lot of confusion here around what it will actually mean.
Yeah, but you might also turn this on its head, Sophie, mightn't you, and say, well, actually, the huge success of the simplicity, the reason that people are able to access these apps so easily is because of the App Store. And actually, Apple's just saying, well, yeah, it's hugely popular, but it's also something we created, and therefore we're going to charge for it.
You are absolutely right. There are certainly two ways to look at this, and that's exactly how I've been talking about this within my team and things like that. And we're saying, actually, when you look at this, particularly from the business and the commerce side of things, Apple has a phenomenally successful product, and that is the reason why they can charge higher amounts. It's because actually the amount of eyeballs on their screens, frankly, are absolutely phenomenal, and we know that they are also holding up. Apple devices in particular are holding up pretty resiliently in what's a really tough economic environment as well, compared to some other brands. So that's the other side of things as well. You might be being charged more, but actually the chances of people clicking on your app if it's in the App Store are potentially a lot higher than they would be on other avenues. So that in a way certainly could be a justification for those higher prices too.
Sophie, as always, really good to talk to you. Thank you for being with us. Sophie Lunn-Yates there, lead equity analyst at Hargreaves Lansdown. Thank you.